Hi, this is Kristen Travis. I am owner and birth doula for BEarthmate Doula Services. You can find me on Facebook at BEarthmate Doula Services and on Instagram at that_doula_Chris. My dog Moxie, she's a little tired and under the weather today, so she might be a little bit quiet. But I really want to get started and show you some oldie but goodie type videos. And I'm going to start today's series with what I have in my birth bag. A lot of my clients will ask me, as well as a lot of my friends who are giving birth, what kind of things should they take with them to the hospital. If you have a doula or if you are a doula, these are some really great essentials that I found very useful. But if you don't have a doula with you and you are birthing either by yourself or with your partner, these are still some really good essentials that you might want to bring with you for comfort measures if you are at a home birth, at a center birth, or a hospital birth. So let's get started. The kind of bag that I use, I got this from Swiss Gears, the same people who make Swiss Army knife. It's really good because there's a lot of compartments to it, and it really separates items out very well, which helps me to keep organized, helps me to keep from losing things or leaving things at a birth location, which I have been known to do. So I really love this bag. They actually have a 2-day bag, 2-day weekender bag, and a 3-day bag. I got the 2-day bag, and if I hadn't been thinking about it and hadn't known what I know now, I probably would have got the 3-day bag. A lot of people get bags that are like duffel bags or wheeled bags as well. I think on my next bag that I get is definitely going to be a wheeled bag. I just do a lot of walking through hospitals a lot of times or birth locations, and sometimes it's just better to have something that's not on my back and not causing me that additional stress. So that is something to consider. I've also seen doula bags that are wheeled that double as seats, which can be very crucial because a lot of times, as you may know as a doula, sometimes seating is limited. So let's just get started on what I have in my bag. My bag separates out into 2 major compartments on the inside. It has pockets, it has some mesh at the top and on the sides for different areas to carry items. Some items that I think are really important are just the comfort measure items you want to have for the client, but you also want to have items that are going to keep you comfortable throughout, because you could be at a birth for 6-7 hours, 20, 30 hours, 40 hours. I mean, you can be there at a location for quite some time. So you want to keep yourself very comfortable as well. So I separate my bag by 2 sides. I separate this by the client side and then this for myself. What you'll see on the client side, something that I carry with me at all births, is my rebozo scarf. And you can use many different fabrics. There are some very traditional fabrics that you may see used. I thought this one was really pretty. It just has a really good weight to it. It's stretchy, it's supportive, and it can help to support the client in different positions. It can support the abdomen. It can help them if they're doing squatting or if they're on hands and knees, or if they are just needing something to kind of put over their face to keep them calm. This is something that is just a really, really good tool. I think it should be in every doula bag. Another thing that I keep in my doula bag is I believe in calories, 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 calories. You need to be eating during the time that you are giving birth. It's a very, very strenuous process, and I think it's important to continue to have calories, protein, something that's very healthy, and something that you can, eat rather quickly. Sometimes you just need something that you can kind of slam down in between a contraction, and these purees from various different companies are perfect. You can get 70 to 90 calories in 30 seconds or less. So I think it's really, really perfect to have these. Don't have to really think about what you're eating. You're not even chewing. You're just kind of slurping everything down. It's really, really great. I also keep teas, different kinds of teas. I keep the nun tabs that you can put inside of your water. Don't know if you can see that very well, but I keep these. You can put those and add those into your water, and that adds quite a bit of calories. I try to put everything in a Ziploc type bag because these Ziploc bags are amazing. They're just going to keep everything nice and separated and keep everything exactly where you want it. Other things that I keep in my bag are comfort measures for the client. And I have various comfort measures in this particular bag. Things you'll find in here are different essential oils. In here I have peppermint and I have lavender. This was gifted to me by a great doula friend who is transitioning into a new career. And so I thank you so much. You know who you are, for giving me a few really good essentials for my bag. Another thing you'll see in here is a TENS unit. This one is specifically fitted for pregnancy and labor. It's very important that you get a TENS unit that is specific for the job that you're getting ready to do. You don't want anything that's too weak or too strong or not fitted for this purpose. So it is very important to make sure that you read the instructions on your TENS unit and make sure that it's the proper type. I also have the electrodes that go with it, and that's really important. TENS units can be placed on a client's back to give them a nice, good electric vibration, which can feel very comforting during their contractions. Other things I bring is a bag of flameless candles. I don't know if you guys can see that. These are great. Feels really good to have a nice, warm, soft light. And this is really good if your client is going into a labor tub of any sort. This just creates a nice soft ambient light, makes your client feel comfortable and makes them feel like they're more at home. Laundry balls. These are the balls that you may put in your laundry, but they feel really good if you are massaging them on someone's back, or someone needs to squeeze and they just want a really interesting feeling in their hands. This is a nice item to squeeze. So you can get these for like $1 over at the dollar store or at the Goodwill. I got these at the Goodwill for like $1, $1.50 maybe. So they're really good, really cheap items that you can put in your bag that can make a difference. This I have is an eye mask. What I love about this eye mask is it has lavender and flaxseed and some other rice and other things that may smell good. You can actually take the inside of this out and you can heat it up in a microwave. And it feels really good, really warm on the eyes. It can help to relieve any headaches or nausea that your client may find that they're having, or it can help them get to sleep if there's a lot of light in the room. So it's just a really convenient item to have. Since it can be warmed, it can be put on other places of the body. I would just suggest, keep in mind what their medical needs may be. You're not the medical care provider, so just make sure that you're asking their medical care provider if it's okay to use warm or hot items on the client. Of course, I have more food. I kind of keep all my nuts, all my items that contain nuts in a different bag that I keep all my items that contain fruits and other things. Anything that could be considered like high allergen items, I keep in a different bag. Just because I always ask my clients whether they have allergies, but you never know if somebody has an allergy that they haven't expressed. And I just want to make sure that as much as I possibly can, I'm keeping the food separate. So you'll find nuts, peanut butter. These Justin peanut butters in here are life. I do this all day. Whenever I am with a client, I take a couple of peanut butters for myself. You'll see some granola bars in here of different sorts. I like this Goodness Nose. I've only found this brand at Bartell's. I don't know if they sell it in other places, but what I like about this is there's 4 small granola bars within this packet. And it makes it really easy to just kind of pop 1 or 2 in. And if you don't feel like eating the rest, or if it's a time that your client is, you know, having a really, really intense moment, maybe they don't feel like eating the rest, you can just kind of tie this up and put it to the side and eat some more later. So I really like that. Mango, I find that a lot of people are allergic to mango, so I keep this in separate in this bag as well, just because I would never want, again, that to touch other items that are less likely to give people allergies. So this is kind of my nut and any allergy type item bag. So this is one side of my birth bag. The other side of my birth bag contains all the items that I like to keep for myself, so that I can stay comfortable. Always good to pack a second outfit, maybe 2 or 3 outfits. I don't typically carry my outfits in my birth bag. My birth bag goes in the trunk of my car at all times. It's always on me, no matter what. But I keep all of my additional outfits in my trunk as well. So I never go without an outfit. In fact, I usually have 3 at a time. It's rare that I'll come by and not have an outfit. What's great is one time I didn't have an outfit, and a very dear doula of mine was able to loan me an outfit for a while. So it's good to have a couple of things that you can wear, something that's stretchy, something that has a really nice affirmation on the front. I always want to be a nice walking birth affirmation for someone, giving them something encouraging that they can see or hear on my shirt. So another thing that you'll find in here, I keep toiletries, so stuff like soap. These are some really, really nice deodorant wipes that are great. I typically get as many showers as I can in the day, just knowing that, hey, I might get called to a birth at any time. But if I'm somewhere where that's not accessible to me right at that point, I still want to be fresh. You don't want to go to a client and have any kind of smells, weird smells going on. So this is definitely great in a pinch. If I am not able to get access to a shower right away, I can definitely use these deodorant wipes, and they're great. Also, you never know if you are dealing with a lot of fluids in birth, so you may be right where you can go to a sink right away and get a chance to really, really deeply wash your hands. Sometimes you don't have a whole lot of time, so getting something that's quick that you can really wipe and that'll disinfect, that's great too. Toothpaste, toothbrush, I mean, you know, regular old stuff, nothing too special about that. I keep also, of course, tissue, but I also keep quite a few hair ties. Hair ties are some of the things that they get lost really easily during birth and at other times. And I find that clients don't tend to pack these themselves. So it's good to have or hair ties with you at a birth. Other things, I keep a small bag of medicines, light medicines. So I have some Tums, I have some Dramamine, I have some Band-Aids, if you will. I have nasal strips, the little Breathe Right nasal strips. I find these very important. A lot of clients, for whatever reason, get congested sometimes in labor. This is really great to help some of that nasal congestion. So getting like the Breathe Right strips for the nose is really good. I also put in here some earplugs because, you know, if a partner or a friend who's coming in who wants to get some rest, having some earplugs is a really good thing. And for myself or for the client or for anyone, gas prevention, gas X, you might be there for some hours and you might have ate something that is going to make your stomach do all the things, and you definitely don't want that. while you're working with a client. So having these kinds of things, they're lifesavers. It really, really help you out. Something you should always have with you. Of course, mouthwash, of course, deodorant, of course, all the other toiletries that you feel like you're going to need. Definitely important. Really, really super important. Unscented lotion or a really, really low allergen oil of some sort is really good. If you're ever helping the client and giving them comfort touch or massage, having something that doesn't have a smell at all is really good. I try not to ever wear strong smells when I do doula work. You never know what somebody's sensitive to, and during labor people become much more sensitive, so wearing things with scent is just not a good idea at all. So I really like this brand. I get it from one of the local stores here, Fred Meyer, and it's just always been done well for me. The other thing that you'll find that I have, which I really, really like, a good friend of mine gifted this to me when I first told her I was going to be a doula, and it's just a tool carrier. So I can put all of my lotions, I can put all of my comfort measures in this tool carrier. I love it. It's beautiful, and it's really, really something that, again, people need something to visualize or focus on, and sometimes just having something with a really pretty pattern can be useful there. I am a hiker at heart, so you'll find here that I have several carabiners of different stuff. For me, I love, love, love this very absorbent cloth that's packable, so I can put it back if I need to wipe sweat, if I am just trying to kind of get a fluid of some sort off of me really, really quick before I get a chance to wash my hands. This is a really good packable cloth that absorbs quite a bit of fluid. It's just great. Use it for everything. This is a multi-purpose tool. A lot of times, you know, a person might forget to bring a fork or might forget to bring a spoon. For me, this is just really good for me to, if I have some food and I need something to scoop it with, this is really good for that. Again, said I'm a hiker, so this is an emergency whistle. I can't imagine where you'd use this in a birth, but why not, you know? The other thing that I carry, of course, I carry all of my toiletries. I typically have a Diva cup with me just because, again, if it's a longer birth and you happen to be on your menstrual cycle, having to change throughout the birth can be very inconvenient. So a Diva cup or menstrual cup just gives you a couple more hours where you can be present and you don't have to worry about, you know, dealing with that. And very pretty fan. I love this fan. My clients tend to love this fan. I got this at a really great retailer in Federal Way, Washington, and their name is Positive Vibes. They're just super nice people over there, and they just have really cool items of different sorts. But I love this fan. I've been using it on my clients. It gives nice, really even cool air to people. It's a really good visualization, something that they can kind of focus on during the time of contraction or after. And again, it's just really beautiful. It's a decorative fan. It's very sturdy, and it's something that I take with me on every birth. I think people really enjoy it. On my birth bag, I still do have a section where I can carry laptop. I don't really have anything in there right now, but this is really good. A lot of times I will carry my laptop with me to a birth. It's just good for me to have when I'm recording my notes. I usually do that on my phone on a HIPAA compliant app, but I also like to have my laptop with me because sometimes it's just easier to do some notes there. And then I have other compartments that make things easier for me to grab things right away. So on the top of my bag, you'll see here that I have a compartment where I keep my gum, I keep tissue, I keep quick vitamin packets that you'll see here, plenty of lip balm. Carmex is my favorite, but some people like chapstick. Lip balm is, again, one of the things that people always tend to forget to bring with them. Bring 2 or 3 extra of these. They're very important. For me, I always burn either sage or Palo Santo before I go into a birth. It helps me clear my mind. It helps me refresh if I just came back from another birth. It just helps me to just clear that energy. So I always bring some with me. Or sage. Sage is just a little harder sometimes to carry in a bag because it'll crumble up a little bit. So Palo Santo is kind of my go-to when I'm thinking about, when I'm going to a birth and I'm thinking about something I need to kind of burn first. This is great. And then finally in my bag, portable chargers. Plenty of portable chargers and plugs of different kinds. I don't care if you have an iPhone or if you have a Samsung, you better have both, several of these, and have them charged up at all times. These are clutch. You need to have chargers with you. You will lose chargers at birth. You will give them away to clients and never end up getting them back. So it's important to have plenty of portable chargers with you for your phones or any of your other devices that you may have with you. So I hope you really enjoyed my video. I enjoyed speaking with you. Again, my name is Kristen Travis. I am owner of BEarthmate Doula Services. I thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.